morning and welcome to Rose Red Homestead. Today we're going to do something with a bread, and one of the things that Jim and I are trying very hard to prepare for now is the uncertainty of our times, and if things get decidedly worse, we want to be ready. And we're hoping that if they do get worse, it'll just be for a limited time and then they'll get better again. But whatever future is ahead for any of us, we want to be as prepared as possible. And one of the things that I really want to have in our freezer is a space for some breads, not a whole lot, because our freezer space is very precious, as is yours as well. And so I'm limiting what bread we put out there because it has to perform a specific purpose that will save us time. And that is the biggest thing for us. So I will be making our own bread, and my recipe makes 2 loaves. So we'll be putting one bread in the freezer, 1 loaf in the freezer, and we'll be using 1 loaf. And so there's space for a loaf of bread out there. And then the other thing that I want to have handy out there so that I don't have to do it on the day we're going to be eating a particular thing is I want to have a selection of sandwich types bread bases so that all I have to do is go out there and get whatever it is, bring it in, and I don't have to have that extra time spent in doing the base bread. We've already done videos on making hoagie buns and using that same recipe, and we make them in 2 different sizes, one for Jim's size and one for my size. And then we also have hot dog buns and hamburger buns, and most recently we have put out there focaccia buns. Oh my gosh, that is one of the best things we have added out there. They are so delicious. We just used them at a family gathering and they got rave reviews. So we will always be keeping at least 4. It makes 6, and we usually eat 2 on the day that I make them, but that gives us 4 to put in the freezer. Today we're going to add the last one that I want to have ready in our freezer, and that is flatbread. Flatbread is so extraordinarily versatile, and there are lots and lots of different types of flatbread. You can specialize in any of those types that you wish. Mine is just a general flatbread, and one that we can pull out of the freezer and use for everything from pizza to specialty toppings, one of which we're going to show you at the end of this video so that you can see one of the things that we do with it. There are lots of different types of flatbread recipes for just a general flatbread on the internet. There are those that use baking powder, those that use yeast, and those that use neither. I opt for one that uses yeast. We will have yeast in our food storage, enough for at least a year, probably 2 years of uncertainty. And so I prefer yeast. I like the taste of yeast breads. I like the fact that the yeast gives it just a little bit more of a bounce, a lift, so to speak, but not so much so that it turns out like a roll or something like that, just a little bit. I have in this bowl the dry ingredients, flour and salt and yeast. And the recipe is listed below so you can have it. Now what I'm going to do is put in a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. And because most likely when I remake this recipe in the time when the grid is down, we won't be using my stand mixer. You can certainly use a stand mixer for this recipe now, but I want to show you what I will be doing if the grid is down and I have to do it totally without my mixer. So the olive oil is in, and now I have 1 1/3 cups of warm water. I'm going to put part of it in. And you've seen me do this many times if you've been following us for any length of time. So I will just stir a little bit. It's shaggy stage right now. I'm going to add the rest of the water. And know that flour and water, whenever you make a bread, you may have to adjust the recipe depending on the humidity or the temperature or a lot of other variables. This is too dry with the water that I had, so I'm going to get more water. I'm going to add just a little water at a time. So the recipe calls for 1 1/3 cups, so just watch and be sure that that works for you as well, or don't hesitate to add more. What we want is a dough that will pick up all of the scraps around the bowl, and this is just about right. Look at that. Look at that. It's forming a ball. It's picking up everything. That is exactly what we are looking for. Now, I'm going to oil my hands just a little bit. I don't want to add more flour. So I'm going to go around and just do a stretch and pull here for a minute. I'm going to do a caterpillar. Many of you will know what that is. This is sticky, so I am going to add a bit of flour. And this is bread flour that I'm using. Okay, in this ball stage, which is still just a little bit shaggy, even though it's picked up all of the flour, we are just going to let it rest now for about 10 minutes, and then we will be back at that point. All right, this has sat for about 10 minutes, allowing the liquid to be better absorbed by the dry ingredients. Now, it is a little bit sticky. If it were the right consistency, I would be able to do it without any flour on this countertop, or with just a little bit of oil that I have set right here. But since it's a little bit sticky, I am going to put out just a tad of flour. Now, at this point in time, we do need to develop the gluten just a little bit. I'm going to hand knead it, which is something I usually do not do. You can finish it in your stand mixer if you are wanting to do that, or if you're wanting to practice totally off grid. You can do about 3 stretch and folds with 15 minutes in between and accomplish the same thing that I'm going to do. This does not have to be a very heavy kneading, but it has to be enough to develop the gluten. So I'm going to just start like this. And I'm going to be kneading this for, between 5 and 7 minutes. Okay, so this is ready. It's nice and stretchy, very elastic. So I'm just going to try to roll this out a little bit in a log. Okay, so I have cut this, and I've not weighed it or anything. They're not the same size. They're approximately, we have 10. So what I'm going to do now is form each one into a ball. I'll do a few and then we'll roll some out. So I'm rolling these out, and because they're homemade, they're going to be not even on all sides, and I'm just going to stage them right here on this pizza peel. And we'll get all these done, and then we'll meet you outside where Jim is going to cook them for us.
Oh, pretty well. I'm getting kind of used to this. But one of the things that I found is when I end up checking the temperatures, they're kind of all over the place. 407, 396, 402, 409, 411. And what I wanted was 350. So I've turned them all the way down. And I'll have to wait and see. But we've started, and they're doing pretty well. Not as well as I would like them to be. Little burning here. So that's what we've got for right now. And temperatures, again, we're looking at 539,
I think
541. You think so?
Oh yeah, they look a lot like what you buy in the store. They may be just a little bit thick. That's the yeast. So next time I need to roll them out just a little.
So there's 5 right there.
Okay,
They're looking pretty good.
so let's have you put on another bag.
Okay, number 4, and they get kind of stretched out sometimes.
That's all right, they're homemade. And the bubbles are coming, which is good. Those look gorgeous.
Well, thank
Gorgeous,
you.
Gorgeous. So when he gets those off, we'll take a second and open up one and have a bite.
Pam tore these in half, or quarters, or thirds, or whatever they are. And they look real good. Nice crumb. They're not soggy or anything like that. Tastes like bread.
Can you taste the olive oil at all?
I'm not able to distinguish that.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to have a bite. Tastes like bread.
Can you taste the olive oil?
I do not taste the olive oil. We may adjust the recipe just a little bit, but it's a great flatbread. It would work nice just plain with soups or stew, and then there's a lot of things that you can do with these. After we get a little more experienced with this, we're going to do another video with a little surprise about flatbread, but we have to practice a little bit first. So next up is a meal that we will prepare using the ones that we have fixed. So that probably won't be until tomorrow. So we will see you sometime with the ending of the video showing that meal. It's taken us a couple of days to get back to this. I'll tell you, our lives have just been so swamped lately, but we are ready to do what we're calling a flatbread stacker to show you one of the ways that we use our flatbread. And, oh, let me get them out of the freezer here. So this is how I have packaged them with a little bit of parchment paper separating each one. They will eventually go out to the big freezer. I was just holding them here until we did the finish of this video. So I got this idea from someone online. I've kind of put my own spin on it just a little bit. We are using some of our chicken packets from the freezer. Everything I'm going to show you is from our level 1 food storage. So we could do this if the grid goes down and the grocery store is shut. We could do this for up to 2 months with everything that we have in our level 1 food storage, and possibly even beyond that. But we have a lot of these little packets of rotisserie chicken that are chicken chunks. And then we have several bottles of artichoke hearts, which we just love. We have cans of olives. We have jars of capers. And we have quite a bit of
Pesto.
yeah, pesto, and salad dressing and mayo. And then, of course, now we have a supply of these flatbread rounds in our freezer as well. So I have some chicken right here, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a sauce for it. Let's see, I think I'll do the mayo first, and I'm just going to do, I'm not going to provide the recipe for this because it's going to be just so easy. It's going to be a 1-to-1-to-1 sauce on the chicken. And so that's about a tablespoon of ranch dressing. And pesto is what makes the difference. And so I'm just going to reach in here and get a spoonful of pesto. So that's our sauce that's going over the chicken. Oh yeah, that's going to be good. And that's just enough chicken to cover one flatbread, and so if you're going to do this recipe, you just need to have enough chicken and enough sauce on the chicken to do however many flatbreads you're going to do. And then I have options for Jim as he is cooking. We have artichoke hearts, capers, and sliced olives, and mozzarella, and he will be adding those as he sees fit. So we're going to head out there right now and watch him put together this flatbread chicken artichoke stacker.
I'm warming up the griddle, and I ended up putting probably a tablespoon and a half on the griddle.
What kind of oil did you use?
It's avocado oil. And one of the things we have to do is warm it up. What we found it is we want to be able to go ahead and get it to about 350. So it should be sizzling in just a few moments. And I think I can go ahead and start putting stuff on. Pesto smells really good with the chicken.
It really does. Artichoke hearts.
Artichoke hearts. And Pam smells a little bit of burning, so I need you to go ahead and put the...
Did you get all the artichoke hearts you wanted?
Yeah, I think so. That should be enough. And olives.
Can I spread your capers out a little bit?
Sure.
Or, you know, you're
Yeah,
doing
I
it,
just
that's
did
fine.
that with my fingers.
Ooh, I can smell them. They just really smells good.
And we should be able to put the lid on and see how it goes.
So keeping the flatbread off the surface prevents it from burning,
It does.
but allows the food as it heats up to steam.
Put that in here. Create some more of the steam.
You have your vent open so that it's,
Yep. As a way of venting.
yeah.
Okay, I've got the thermometer, I've got the heat down to minimum.
That looks yummy, honey.
It looks very good. See if we can get the rest of this on here as kind of a nice little extra topping. And turn this off.
Let's take that over to the table and then we can taste it.
Sounds good.
Okay, so here we go.
It's very good.
Oh, I love that taste.
The pesto is very nice.
The pesto just makes it, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. But I love the combination of everything. I love to bite into a little caper.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful. I hope you've enjoyed the video and that you are excited about making some flatbread of your own. And remember, the recipe for the flatbread will be below the video description. But whatever you stack on it is up to you. This is just one idea. So enjoy and let us know if you make it and how you like it and what you might stack on yours. So thanks so much for being with us, and we'll see you again very soon for more videos.